guys, this is Lila from Crafty Twins, and I'm going to be making a 4th of July flag. The things that you're going to need to make this is a hot glue gun, and of course extra glue sticks. You don't need this, but I think it makes it look a lot better, is some of these little stars, because on a flag there's stars. And some glitter, red, blue, and white. And some ribbon. It doesn't matter if you want it, if you're fat or skinny, but I recommend having 1 fat and 2 skinny. So you have red, white, and blue. And also, like the stars, you don't need them, but I think it makes it look really good, because if you didn't have them, it would look kind of dull. So blue buttons, white buttons, and red buttons. The next couple things that you're going to need is some double-sided tape or this advanced tape glider. You're also going to need a pair of ribbon scissors, red, white, and blue colored pencils, 2 barbecue skewers, a piece of shimmery blue paper, or it doesn't have to be shimmery, and it could be white, red, or blue. But I personally like blue out of those colors, so I'm going to choose blue. Now let's get started. First, you take the piece of paper, and I'm going to start with my ribbon. First with the white, because it's the fattest, and you can put the other colors on top of it to overlap it and make it look nice. I'm going to start off putting it slanted on the corner. And you don't want to waste it, so cut it pretty close to the end. Now, take your tape and start from about where you think that you laid out the ribbon, and put a string of tape, or 2, or is how thick your stuff is. I'm going to do 3. And then lay my ribbon out right on top. And that's pretty sticky, see? Now you can just cut off the extra ribbon. If you don't have double-sided tape, you can most definitely use hot glue. But I recommend tape, because with the hot glue, since ribbon is kind of thin, you can kind of see the blue underneath it. Now, I'm going to take a little bit more of this white ribbon and do another corner. First, cut off a piece, just like I did the last time, and put the tape about where it was. Now, I simply just lay on the ribbon and cut off the excess. And it doesn't have to be perfect. And you can see right there how there's a little bit blue showing, but I don't think anybody's going to be pointing it out or anything. Now, I'm going to put, I know it's not, you might think that it might look weird because it's just straight and then zag and zag, but it will look good when it's all done. Okay. Now again, you put the tape on where your ribbon's going to be. And then you lay the ribbon. And now I'm done with the white. Now I'm going to be using the blue ribbon. This is kind of like a see-through. And now I'm just going to like maybe put it on like this so it has that kind of overlapping look. You do the same thing and cut up. And you take your tape and put it on where you're going to put your ribbon. Now that that's done, do the same thing by cutting that off. Now do that with this corner as well. Okay, now that I've done the sides with an overlapping look, so this one's shorter and this one's longer, I'm going to be using the rest of this ribbon to do overlapping that side. So I don't think it looks so plain if it's just a straight line, so I'm gonna kind of do that with it. And now, cut off the excess. Okay. Now, to move on with the red ribbon. You do the same thing on these ends and that end. I'll show you one. And simply place the ribbon right on there and cut off the extra bit. Okay, now that I finished the red ribbon by doing it, the overlapping on the sides and the one overlapping over here, it's time to move on to the colored pencils. I'm just going to make an F and then O, and an R, and that pattern until I spell out 4th of July. Now that I have finished the 4th of July, I'm going to be using the hot glue and simply just filling in the letters with the hot glue. Now I'm going to take the matching color of glitter and sprinkle some and just tap off the extra. I know the F looks a little weird, but at the end I'm going to fix it. Or you could take one of your barbecue skewers and shape it. And make sure if your kid's doing this project, ask your parents to supervise you while you're using the hot glue gun, or ask them to do it for you. Now you do that with all the letters matching the correct color with the correct color of glitter. Okay, now I've glittered the words 4th of July with the hot glue and glitter. And now I'm going to put the stars on and the buttons. But these buttons are they're all stars, but they're all different colors, and they represent the colors of the fireworks. Because that would make everything red, white, and blue. And I know those are the colors of Christmas. I mean 4th of July. Like if you were making a Christmas card, you wouldn't want it only green and red. You would want some white to represent on Santa's hat. So just like with this, not only red, white, and blue, you can also add some of the colors of the fireworks. So I'm just going to put some like glue dots of my hot glue, a couple everywhere. And there's big ones and little ones. I can just put a couple big ones somewhere. Like there's a big green one. I can put a small one next to it. Don't burn yourself, kids. And you can decorate it however you want. If you don't have these little stars, you can use buttons, paper, pieces of yarn, whatever you can find around the house that are pretty and like cheerful colors. Because that's what usually fireworks have the colors of. And there's stars, and some people like to, like when you draw fireworks, sometimes you draw stars. And the stars on the flag, and that's pretty much the 4th of July shape. So I'm going to put a couple there, and I'll show you. Okay guys, I've now finished the firework stars, and now I'm going to move on to the buttons. I haven't put them everywhere. I've kind of bunched them in tight and put them all on one side and maybe a little bit over here. And I don't want this to look like professional and symmetric or anything. I just want it to be like pizzazz, poof, boom, like fireworks. And now I'm gonna put the buttons on. I'm gonna start off, if I can open my whites, my reds, and the blue buttons. I'm just going to start off with blue and put the like dots of glue, like maybe a little bit bigger than I would have with the stars, like here and there. Here and there. And I'm gonna show you when the blue. Now I finished the blue buttons. And I'm going to move on to the red and the white. I'm going to do the red first. Just going to put, just like I did the blue, all here and there, and, you know, here and there and everywhere. And I'll show you when that's done, too. And when the white's done, too. Okay, now that I've finished all the buttons and the stars and all that pizzazz, I think it looks pretty good. Now I'm going to turn it around, and it's time to make it a real flag. So if I turn it around, the flag part would be on this side, so keep that in mind. So the glue has to go in here. This is why I need the barbecue skewer, because this is going to be the holder for the flag. Now about maybe a little bit less than half down, put a big thick line of glue all the way to the bottom. And stick this pointy end of your barbecue skewer and into the top of the glue. And you might want to put some more glue on top of that. Don't be shy with the glue. You always need it to hold. And we'll wait till that. Now that I finished that, even when it's dried and all of that, it's kind of thin and like a stick. That's pretty much what it is. So to make it extra secure, I'm going to put another piece of paper right on top of that to hold it in a little bit better. Now, it's probably a better idea to put the glue on the white piece of paper, and which I will just do. And I'm just gonna put some tape around the edges and make an X right in the middle. And stick that right on top of everything. Don't stick your hands in hot glue. And now that's on, some of this glue might be like pouring out, so don't touch it. And at the end, it turns out pretty good. And if you can't read it and it just looks like a big rainbow barfed on a piece of paper, I think that would look pretty good too. And I won't go picking it up by the stick until you know that the hot glue is completely dried. So I hope you enjoyed that. That was Lila on Crafty Twins. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you liked it. Thanks. Happy crafting. Bye.